they're going to be another good group for us to have, and not skipping any of the groups, but it's a good feeling to have as a coach whenever you see that kind of group coming and knowing that that's what you've got coming to build on.
Well, Coach, we thank you for joining us. Talk a little bit about volleyball and then mainly for track. And good luck for the rest of the track season.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and it'll be fall before you know it. So
I'll see you soon.
All right, we'll be right back. I don't know who we're going to have next, but we'll get it figured out. We'll be back with them after this.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School athletics.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you to keep bacteria in food from making you ill with 4 simple steps.
This will be a walk in the park.
Clean. Wash hands and surfaces often.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Keep raw meats away from ready-to-eat foods.
Yep.
Cook. Make sure meat, poultry, and seafood is cooked to the right temperature.
Fire in the hole!
And chill. Refrigerate food promptly.
Bingo!
Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol.
Hi, I'm Matt Kenseth. You don't have to be a race car driver to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you can't control, like mechanical issues, high winds, and rain delays. But there's some drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and leave the drama for the racetrack.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Fund.
Welcome back to Bearcat Sports Chat. We're happy now to be joined by Coach Reese Sidnor. I don't know how much of a roast we're going to do of Mark. We can definitely add to that here in just a moment, but we're getting closer to football. And, of course, you're going to be joining me for baseball from here on out as Mark's replacement, so y'all don't fight or anything up here. But, of course, Coach Sidnor is going to join me hopefully Wednesday for the broadcast of the Southwest District Tournament. And hopefully we got a few games we're going to get to call.
Well, we got the baseball players over there, so should we ask them? We're going to have a few games?
Yeah, they're not even listening to us. But
hey, how many games do you guys want to play in this tournament? How many games y'all plan to play in this tournament? He said 3.
They're saying 3.
But
so
we need
see.
a little more than 3, I think, yeah.
In the district tournament is 2. We start in the semis and then the championship.
So it's 2 games in the district.
We get a bye.
So where's the third game?
We don't have a third game.
Why did Jamie say 3?
Coach Daniels wouldn't like this, that their sites are just for district.
Our quarterback got it wrong.
Yeah, the QB. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about football real quick. So, of course, I'm sure there's been some workouts going on. What are some things?
It's an exciting time. We're getting ready to get out of school, which means we'll be back in the workouts next week. And it's great to get back in there with those guys and get out in the field and throw the ball around a little bit and go over some coverages and do some different defensive alignments and get ready for next year. So it's pretty exciting. We got a lot of kids coming back, so should be a good year.
I was trying to get Jamie to come in on the roast. He said he was going to tweet in on your roast. You're mad at me because I wasn't paying attention. So the Cats, we're getting ready. How many guys you got coming out for preseason?
I mean,
this is way out, but
we have it's a good number. We have pretty much every player that played last year is coming back to workouts. I mean, that's never the issue. Like, we got a really good group of kids right now. Leadership's great. Kids love being around each other, so that's not an issue at all.
Yeah, and that's one thing we noticed last year. Just everyone seemed so close. Like everyone seemed to be like a big family in the locker room and out on the field, and you guys really seem to correlate that to the field. But when you bring in new players, how does that translate to them?
I mean, I think the biggest thing with new players is we bring them in, we make them feel at home, but they got to buy in real quick about the way the system works. Hard work. I mean, that's the big deal. You come in and you work hard. I mean, you're going to be successful, and I think that's the biggest thing with these kids nowadays. Like you're telling them all these things that they need to do, and they got to do this, but they got to see the success at the same time. So that's huge for our program.
That's hard to do, like in spring and summer ball. That's hard to do because you're not playing anybody. I mean, it's literally you versus the next man in line, and you don't see a scoreboard result of that.
But with the kids that have been in the system for a few years now, and just to see the change. Like, they know that what we do during the summer pays dividends for what they do in the season. They know that. I mean, you're not winning games when the season comes around and, we practice a couple days a week, get ready for that opponent. You're winning game during the summer. I mean, that's when you're putting everything in. That's when you're working the hardest that you possibly can. During the week, when they go back in school, I mean, you might have a 2-hour practice, but you're prepping for a specific team. So you got to get everything you can in right now. And that's where the hard work, that's where the success comes in right now.
This is really the installation, figuring out what things you would change from last year. What are some things when you look back from last year that you guys wish that maybe you had went over a little bit more? Is there anything you feel like everything went well? I know that might be a tough question for you, but
no, I mean, I think we pretty much did what we wanted to do. I think if I look at one thing, probably the Graham game, we wanted to play a lot better, and I think that's kind of the game that that we played. We didn't play so well, and I think we kind of we got lost in the moment. Of course, at the end of the season, the playoff game, and there's some calls here and there that you wish that you go back and make. I should have done this or you should have done that, but we had a very successful season. There's really nothing we can do. Kids came out every week to play. We gave them everything. They gave us everything they had. So really, there's no complaints.
And really, 2 huge wins. Two of the most memorable wins of our 8 months of calling games. I know that Abilene game might have been the best game that we've done as far as for broadcast.
I mean, that was a huge win for our program.
And as a defensive coordinator, you over there, they were nearly at field goal range. You're having to grit down there for the final 10 seconds.
But that was I guess the thing that sticks out from that game is the call that Mark keeps making, like Dean with the sack or whatever.
Matthew Dean.
Yeah.
Matthew Dean. Call his name 3 times and he shows up. That's
awesome.
Yeah, that one will be here in a little bit.
Since we have you here, I figured I'd give you the results. We did a poll of the best game of 2017 or 2018, and we had the Virginia High Marion game, we had the Virginia High Ridgeview game, then we had the Virginia High and Abilene game. Just to let you all know, y'all got 43% of the votes on the Virginia High Marion game, with Lane Carroll catching that 70-yard slant route and then just beating the ball deep and making a good play in the end zone. And 13-7 was the final score, and you got to host the first game in a really long time, and it was great for us, great for the fans, and great for the kids to have that experience.
And what does a win like that do for, like, kids that were, I mean, maybe not even getting near high school age, maybe middle school kids that came to that game and saw that? How much do you think that affects if you were a kid, if you were that young and saw your high school pull off an upset like that?
Well, I mean, that's huge. You go to these games, and as a kid, you watch these players, and you watch the success, and it makes you want to be out there playing the game. And then as a kid, you might not know the names, but you know the numbers. Hey, that's I want to be number 3, or I want to be 5, or I want to be the quarterback, or and it's a huge. And Lane had a great game that. Had a great catch, some great plays that game, and I'm pretty sure there's some kids out there that want to be Lane right now. Lane's going D1 in soccer, so he's had a really good year.
Make me like Lane, is that it's going to be the motto? Lane definitely made an impact on the team. He actually batted away the last pass in the Marion game.
Lane had a great season for us, and I wish him well at Asheville. So great kid.
I went and watched him play against Graham in soccer the other night when it was pouring down rain after the baseball game, and I told him about the Mark Harr show we were going to be having this week, and he said, well, hopefully it's on a day we don't get to play because I'd like to come on, because he's really got to get back in the swing of things because Aaron's just a junior, and Lane and him are tied for the most appearances on Sports Chat, so Aaron's got the advantage now because Lane will be gone, but you never know, he might make a return.
I think Rose might going to beat him on that one.
Rose Might be getting prepared for his next interview on here. But, yeah, Lane wishes he could be here, Mark, by the way.
Jamie's on his way, too. Jamie's got another year.
Yeah, Jamie. Go. So, Coach Sidnor, you're going to be joining me on the call from here on out for baseball, hopefully.
Hopefully I'll be there, and hopefully I can keep up with Mark's been doing. And I've had some really fun time calling these baseball games. So I know I relate them to football a lot of times, but they're fun.
I know as we move on, we thank Mark for everything he's done over the last 8 months, but thank you, too, for filling in whenever you could for basketball especially. And you even did the stressful game. I keep saying that you dodged the stressful game, but you called an elimination game against Gate City with Mark. So what you guys did, even whenever I couldn't make it, I thank you guys for that.
We had to put it on that game.
Hopefully, coming next year, we don't have a game that close. I mean, we brought that one down. I think there was like a minute left, and we tied it up, and then we get the go-ahead buckets, and that was just. But it was a great game, awesome game. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And then Ridgeview, that was a great game, and it was just exciting time to be a Bearcat. So.
It was really, we jumped on the ship at the right time, I believe, as everything really just getting fired up, and the teams are all going to be coming back. I think every team's going to be just as strong, if not stronger, than they were last year. So we're definitely excited to, it's fun to reminisce, but it's fun to look to the future, too. And there's definitely some talent on every roster in every sport here at Virginia High, so we're excited to get that going.
It's a great time to be a Bearcat.
It always is. So, Coach Sidnor, we thank you. I don't know if you want to got anything funny to say about Mark?
I don't know. I don't really have anything bad other than he's a UT fan, but, can't be perfect.
Well,
we can't get too personal now, all right?
I know Mr. Harper will say that West Virginia is going to down Tennessee in a couple of
He's wearing an
months.
orange and white shirt, so he can't say too much today.
I do have a question for you. Like, did you, when you went to Vandy, did you wear any UT stuff?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, Mark went to go move his girlfriend out at Vandy. And he's that kind of
I give you credit. I mean, you're a brave man.
Listen, if I'm not rocking a power tee, I'm probably sick.
Especially since they've beat you in football, 2 out of the last 3 years? So.
Right there. Die hard UT fan. I give you credit.
My hair's orange, man. Give me a break.
You can put a Vandy hat on.
Yeah, that's true.
I put a Vandy hat on. So she's been really trying to get me to wear Vanderbilt clothes, and it's...
I heard it automatically boosts your IQ by 10 points.
To wear a Vanderbilt shirt. I don't know, man.
It's cool.
I don't believe that one bit. I've seen some really dumb Vandy people.
And right now they can say they're better in football.
Quit.
That's all you have to do. I knew Coach Sidnor would hit him where it hurts with the football, so it always just makes it that much better.
But Coach Moore was looking up some recruits today, so help's on the way.
Who is?
Coach Moore. Coach Moore's a big UT fan.
Listen, they are on the way. We've got a lot of guys in the process right now, and I think we're in good hands. I really do. I always keep telling myself, like, I'm not going to get excited about this. I'm not going to get excited about this one. And then, like, around this time, I always get super excited and buy in, and only to, be let down, 4 years later. That's okay,
And that's the problem with being a UT fan or Virginia Tech fan. You guys are always setting the bar way too high. And then after you get one loss, the season's over.
This year it's going to be rough. I mean, you get West Virginia and Charlotte week 1,
I think you have a good season. A bit better than last year. Can't be any worse, right?
It was the worst season in Tennessee history. Worst season. First time in 220
and it was
plus
just
years.
That much better because I got to witness it. Before a game on Saturday, I got every Friday with Virginia High. It was always, I think we can win this one. Here's why, So I'll just have to text you, and burn him, I guess, on Friday.
I don't think Dylan ever picked Tennessee, ever.
I was right most of the time, too.
I wouldn't. But you'll be missed. And I just want to thank you for all the stuff that you've done this year for us, broadcasting games.
I've had a blast, yeah, and especially with you. I wouldn't have got through that one game if it wasn't for you. I appreciate the help.
Sidnor said thanks for the job. Mark will tell you the benefits aren't that great, but it's a fun gig. And we do thank you.
You don't have 401k. That's about the only benefit you're missing. But
yeah. So, and Mark actually almost has newer apparel now than you do.
I heard that you guys get great apparel.
We do.
Yeah, we get a little bit of all the sports apparel. So
there you go.
So let's play. I've got some quotes and moments from Mark. Let's play those, and when we get back, we'll have, I believe, Coach Timmons or Mr. Harper come join us here on Bearcat Sports Chat. Here are some of the quotes and moments for Mark Carr. We actually voted on these with a poll, and Matthew Dean ended up winning the poll. as that was the call of the year from Mark. So here is Mark's Quotes and Moments. We hope you enjoy those, and we'll be right back here on Bearcat Sports Chat.